FedEx is about to undergo its largest transformation ever, and you're not even going to notice. In fact, FedEx prefers that you don't. When you go to a FedEx store wanting to send a parcel to a customer, the FedEx clerk, after taking some measurements, will probably offer you either ground or express services. With express, your package could get to the customer as early by tomorrow morning, but for a pretty penny, of course. Or you could go with the slightly cheaper ground option, which will get your package there in about a week or a bit less. These options might make sense to you, but did you know that what you're really choosing between is two entirely different companies? And I'm not exaggerating. This is the CEO of FedEx Ground, and this is the CEO of FedEx Express. The companies have different employees, different payment structures, different trucks, different buildings, etc. The FedEx Corporation simply owns both of these companies and have slapped their logo over both of them. In addition, there's also a company called FedEx Office Print and Ship Services Inc., which is the store that you've just hypothetically gone into to send this package. Okay, so what? Why does it matter that all these services are actually just separate companies that have all been bought and rebranded by the FedEx Corp? Because FedEx Corp has just recently, but somewhat discreetly, announced that they will no longer be so separate. That is, at least with regard to FedEx Express, FedEx Ground, and another subsidiary called FedEx Freight. This mammoth integration is being called Network 2.0, and the goal is to combine operations between these three companies within 5 years, and to shed redundant assets where possible, especially in rural areas, including whole sorting facilities if possible. So from an outside perspective, it really won't seem like a lot's changing, but for the next few years, FedEx employees are going to be scrambling, completely redesigning their internal operations. But that's not where FedEx's efficiency ambitions are ending. One of the reasons FedEx is able to get a package, let's say from New York, to Los Angeles the next morning is not only because the package is being flown by a jet aircraft, but also because of how that package was put onto the aircraft. To make a long explanation short, it was thrown into a roughly 9-foot tall metal can or stacked onto a pallet. These cans, or specifically arranged pallets, conveniently fit in FedEx's trucks and aircraft. That is, except these ones. FedEx's feeders are small regional aircraft that have to be bulk loaded, meaning workers have to take each and every parcel and place it methodically inside the empty space of the plane. This is an arduous process, and moreover, very time inefficient since the parcel is being hand transferred in and out of different transportation modals more frequently than other parcels that didn't need to fly on one of these feeder aircraft. But FedEx is fixing this. Last year, FedEx started taking purpose-built ATR 72-600 freighters. Because these planes were designed with freight in mind, they are able to carry pallets and ULDs. Unlike the current ATRs FedEx has, FedEx is now also taking delivery of Cessnas that can take on ULDs as well. This brand new airplane is called the Cessna Sky Courier, and unlike the Cessna Caravans that FedEx currently has, the Sky Courier has 2 engines, which enables it to have an even greater payload. With these 2 new feeder types, FedEx continues to optimize its operations by reducing how many times individual parcels have to be relocated. And speaking of being relocated, one of the caveats to all this efficient operations and new cargo planes talk is that naturally this can only take place at airports. But what if there was a way to have an express speed supply chain from any FedEx location? Meet the ambitious startup known as Elroy Air. Unlike some other drone startups that are targeting the last mile of the parcel supply chain like Amazon's Prime Air project, Elroy is targeting the middle mile, which basically is where a shipment typically goes from one transportation gateway to another. And because Elroy's vertical takeoff and landing drone is somewhat small with a payload of under 500 pounds, it would be able to act like a small feeder, but be able to use non-airport FedEx locations, completely revolutionizing FedEx's express operations. All these innovative steps are really big moves for FedEx. But again, unlike with some other interesting ideas, consumers probably won't even notice any changes at all. And really, if FedEx can shave off a few % worth of cost while charging the same, that's exactly what they want. Something else FedEx wants? To fly over not so great places in the world without worrying about being bazookaed out of the sky. Hey, I like doing that too. Well, unlike me, FedEx is trying to do that via exterior lasers on their planes. Click the video on the right to learn more about that and what it says about how FedEx might be planning on actually replacing their 757s. And with that, thank you for watching.